28, 29, 30. I've always been fascinated by coins. When I was a little boy, my dad got me a coin collection for my birthday. I used to spend hours looking at nickels and dimes and pennies underneath my magnifying glass, just to see if I could find flaws that would make them worth more than face value. Jesus was the same, I guess. He took 12 of us, gathered us around him to start his church. And you know, we all had flaws. But he saw a hidden value in each of us. I mean, look at Peter and John. Even Matt and Tom had a purpose. Go figure that one out. But me? I was in charge of finances. Not the greatest idea, as it turned out. Sticky fingers, I guess. My name is... You know, on second thought, my name's not important. Most of you already know my name. And if I tell you, I'm afraid you may not listen to what I have to say. I want you to hear it all. I think it's important. You see, when Mary brought out the pint of oil, I thought she was going to donate it to our movement. But then she started rubbing it on Jesus' feet. And I couldn't believe it. I said to him, "Why are you wasting all that oil on your feet? You know it's not going to take years off your life. We should have sold it and used the proceeds to feed and clothe the homeless and the indigent. I think they're a bit more important than your wrinkled toes." Boy, that sounded good rolling off my tongue. I clothed my intent in piety. And it came so easily. I mean, I thought Jesus had missed my true callings. I should not be the church treasurer. I should be the executive pastor. But he knew my heart wasn't in it. He knew where my heart was and where my treasure truly lay. I mean, have you ever really felt a quarter before? God, I hated it when they started putting copper in the middle. It took away from all the weight of the coins in my pocket. Silver was so much better. So much smoother to the touch. Even if your hand's too calloused to feel. But look, you know how it is. First off, it's a box of paper clips from the office. Then, it's envelopes from the supply group. Next, you start writing off personal lunches as business meetings. And it just gets easier. Nothing unusual about me having my hand in the till too. I mean, after all, it's in our nature, isn't it? And you know what? Peter was right. Jesus was going way over the edge. I mean, what in the world was he talking about? Predicting his own death? Like he had some special way of knowing? I mean, here we are, innocently walking down the road, having a stimulating conversation, and he starts this death talk. And he sounded like he meant it would happen soon. He thought all the religious leaders were going to kill him? Well, it might have helped if he'd stopped baiting them all the time. Get their power on our side. He never took the right advantages. I always told him that. He had to be smarter that way. But the worst part was that he talked about his own death. Like he wanted it to happen. And you know, Peter had way more guts than the rest of the bunch. He came right out and said it. Of course you're not going to die. What a stupid thought. What will happen to all we've done? All we've accomplished? What will happen to us? But that's when Jesus started to get really strange. Started talking about Satan like he was here or something. I mean, he turned on Peter. Peter, his right-hand man. How safe could the rest of us be after that? I think that's when I began to realize things were turning sour. I mean, I never barked for this death talk. I followed Jesus because I could see that he was a winner. He could be something. Sure, it was a bit rough around the edges. You know, hung around with the wrong sets of people. His language needed a bit of culture. But that's to be expected from the riffraff of Galilee. But there was something there. I sensed it. My winner's instinct said, go for it. And this was it. Some talk about violent death in the end of it all? For no purpose? I wanted to get up there and yell, hey, get off Peter's case. He's right. Don't throw away all we worked for. But I didn't. Because then, I could suddenly see it. I had backed the wrong horse. I mean, how could I have been so stupid? Me, the man who always picks the winners. I mean, I had a future ahead of me. I was going places. Die? You could have been king, Jesus. You could have had everything. Don't you see that? You could have had whatever you asked from these people. What good were you to any of us dead? What kind of king is that? Where is this kingdom you're always talking about? In the grave? "20 years from now, no one will remember your name." You know, some people say I sold him out. But I don't think so. He sold himself out. He knew where he was heading. I just saw the handwriting on the wall. The crowds were growing restless. You could feel the tension in the air, buzzards circling overhead. And something had to give. And I saw no reason why I should come up empty-handed. Like any prudent person, I planned ahead. And when it came time, I could have just pointed him out to them. I didn't have to embrace him. Funny thing about a hug. You can't look over your own shoulder and do it. For those times it takes, you gotta trust the other person. He should have known that. But look, it wasn't just me. We had all betrayed him. Even the best of us denied him and ran into the night. But you see, that's where the similarity ends. Come morning, Peter found his way back to Jesus. Whereas I continued to sit in the dark and rub the coins together. But my greatest sin was not my betrayal. No, for we have all turned traitor and run from him one time or another. My greatest sin finding my way back. Instead, I sit here trying to rearrange my shattered conscience. Trying to figure out the price of one soul. $30 won't get you much nowadays. Maybe a down payment on a burial plot. Maybe even 10 feet of good stout rope. I live in the darkness. But you are on the edge of light. But I am your shadow. You will do well not to forget me. My name is the same as yours. And should we bump into each other in the dark, remember me.